Hey guys, welcome to That Game Show, the show that talks about all the stuff in the nerd world and all the stuff in between. I am your host, Chase Bunker, alongside one name to rule them all. It's Murph Murphy.
How's it going, guys?
And he's player 3 this week. It's Daniel Clegg.
Hello, friends.
We are back again. We missed last week because, St. Patrick's Day and...
We had parties to go to, man.
Yeah, we did.
I know.
Stuff to do.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything special, actually, for St. Patrick's?
I did. My wife and I went to a friend's house, and we had a nice home-cooked meal and played a bunch of board games. It was good.
So that doesn't sound like a lot of drinking.
Cool. Well, there was a little drinking, but it was mostly board games.
Nice.
We went to Chili's.
Oh, I love Chili's. I think I love it even more just because the fact that it's 2-for-1 margaritas, and it makes it even better.
Oh no, we didn't drink anything there. We just had some nice traditional Irish queso.
Is there really such thing as Irish queso,
Yeah.
or is it just
No.
cheese sauce that you put vodka into?
Yes, that.
That would be Russian queso.
They just put beer into.
Right? Yeah.
Or you put whiskey
I guess? I
into.
don't
Mm-hmm. Sure.
know. No, just meat.
Irish meat.
Yes, Chase.
There you go.
Could be cows.
Yeah,
Could be Irish cows.
Potatoes. You put potatoes into your queso.
that makes sense actually. I was trying to do like an Irish cow, but I was like, no, because it's gonna come off as Scottish, and I'm gonna just look like the offensive a-hole on the show. I usually have like a St. Patrick's Day outfit that I was really like excited to wear for the show and show it off to everybody. Like I have like this nice St. Patrick's Day hat, but instead I have my Boise State hat on instead, and I have like a shamrock tie and everything. And so I was excited. Like I went over to my girlfriend's and I bought a 6-pack of Guinness and a 6-pack of cider, and I made black velvets. Dude, they're amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's like, all right, cool. I got enough brawny with the Guinness, but I got a little sissy and got some cider with it. So it goes with it.
Well,
Nothing wrong, man.
That's good. Does she appreciate it?
Yeah, she appreciates it.
Awesome.
Yes, and so like, I don't know. I feel like while I was drinking it, I thought like an idea of like a character I wanted to make called like the effeminate, like masculine man, and just be something like, yeah, I mean, I benched 225 and I did like 50 reps or something. Oh my gosh, your hair looks awesome.
Okay.
I don't know if that works. Never mind.
It could. It
You would
could.
to
Have
be
you been
saying
to a
that
gym?
another guy, you know?
Hmm?
You have to be saying that to another guy.
Yeah.
Who works out with
Yeah.
regularly or something.
But like, isn't the stereotype that gay guys work out at the gym? Like
Well,
that's
yeah, but I mean, it's like,
I don't-
I'm not gonna get into the whole like that's a
Look,
whole different topic for a whole different show on a
I'm
whole
just
different
saying-
day.
I'm just saying.
That's for
you
That
need to get
Gay
back.
Show. Working title. So, all right. Since it's been a few weeks, actually, it's been a while since I actually talked to you guys. What have you guys been playing recently?
Murph, you want to go first?
Oh man, I've got an amazing game. All right, picture this: you want to play a JRPG, you
No.
don't have 60 hours. Imagine you
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Imagine you did. You don't have 60 hours, but you do have a phone that spends most of your time idle while you work. Imagine there was a JRPG that played itself for you.
I'm in this situation. I'm intrigued.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's called Dreeps, and here I'll actually hold it up. It's because no.
There's a lot of glare on that.
There's a lot of glare.
What about now?
Okay.
Dreeps,
see-
Dreeps.
That's it. So it's
Okay.
so here me. It's me and the little boy and my little octopus kind of thing, and we're walking through the landscape.
Yeah.
And he sometimes he fights stuff,
Uh-huh.
and when he runs out of hit points, he goes to sleep, and he doesn't wake up until I set an alarm on my phone, which actually wakes me up, like in the morning. So I've
At
been
which
playing
point
Dreeps
he will
for
begin playing himself again.
exactly.
Okay, so your entire input into this game is to wake up in the morning?
Yeah. It's great. It's the most satisfying JRPG that I've ever played.
So it's kind of like a movie in that you just watch it, but not really?
Yeah, like-
you just check on it every once in a while?
Yeah, you check on it every once in a while. You can occasionally you run into other NPCs and they kind of like they talk in the sim kind of similish kind of thing, like
Right.
and that's it.
Like,
Like
do you have to feed your hero? Do you have
no,
to? It's not like one of those Digimon feed your pet things where you got to give periodic input.
nope.
This is
I
really
mean,
weird.
the periodic input is you have to set the alarm because when you set the alarm, he goes to sleep, and that's it.
Okay, on the one hand, I feel like this is a really low barrier to entry. Can you wake up in the morning? Okay, then you can play this game. Great.
Right.
So that's nice.
Well,
But
I mean, technically, you don't have to wake up. You just have to set the alarm. So
you're right. Really low barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this. You
Good.
can be dead and play this game.
Oh my gosh!
well, no, because he'll run out of hit points eventually, and if you're dead, no one sets the alarm.
That is
Or
true.
you can just have a recurring alarm. You know,
Right.
It goes off every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. or whatever. Okay, so do you watch him fight things? Like,
Yeah,
what?
you can. I'll have to I can't trigger a fight, but I'll keep a half an eye out and see if I
I'm
can.
gonna download this just because
It
this
is
sounds ridiculous.
It is $3 on iOS.
I have to
You
play.
paid $3
for a game I'm not going to
Hold on.
play.
Hold on, it's beautiful. There's kind of this weird bespoke story that's going on. Like as I kind of check in at random points during the day, there's definitely like something has happened, and there's tiny little clues kind of just littered throughout. So I'm kind of digging that.
Does it summarize what happened while you were gone?
No, not really. Like important events, like there's boss battles. Like I'm gonna probably fight a boss around I think 10 o'clock tonight, according to the map.
I'm surprised that it has such a visual aspect to it if you're not looking at it all the time. You know, this could almost be a text-based game where you just are told what happened while you weren't watching.
So initially, I think the progenitor of this was something called Progress Quest, which was back in my college days and probably before that, which was this just text-based.
Okay.
And I think a scroll bar across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I think modern equivalents kind of have been like a cookie clicker, except you kind of have to. I believe someone figured out that you only had to click 15 times in cookie clicker before the things could just essentially run themselves.
This is really weird.
Yeah, like I don't like. It's not the best gameplay, but It's something like, oh yeah, whenever I go out for like a bathroom break and I have my phone, I'm like, hey, let me check out my little robot dude.
It's called Dreep's Alarm Playing Game. That's in the title. Wow. Okay, and this is out for iOS, and you have an Android, right?
There's no Android. Sorry. So
okay.
You are an Android in the game.
Oh, no, I thought, like, what's your phone OS?
No. Sorry.
I just thought of a cheesy name for it. It's an alarm PG.
Here we go. Hold, I'm fighting someone.
Oh, he's fighting someone.
Oh, I just won. I
don't want to get contacted, dude. We're walking again.
I'm buying this. This is weird.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna buy this just for the weirdness of this. You've converted me, Murph. You've convinced me.
Or you could just get Best Fiends that I got my girlfriend into, and like she's played it nonstop to the fact where she's beating me now. I've had the game for 4 months. She's had it for maybe 3 weeks, and she's already ahead of me.
See, Chase, that's the problem. My schedule is pretty tight. I don't have time to insert additional games into my schedule, other than the really big ones that I'm going to dish out a lot of time for. This game could beat itself for me. That sounds kind of appealing, actually.
Yeah. What's your Dreeps level? I'm level 18.
You're level 18 in Dreeps. All right, I'll get back to you next week, Murph. We'll compare notes. I mean, I have a feeling you're still going to be 18 levels ahead of me since...
Yeah, I'm pretty good at Dreeps.
We'll be progressing at the same pace.
You guys paid $3 for a game that you're literally not even going to play.
Hey, Chase, if you haven't tried it, you can't say anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can make a whole bunch of like inappropriate jokes, but for the sake of this, I'm not going to make it this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm censoring myself.
So joking aside, I have also found the next Flappy Bird.
What is it?
Boy.
It's called Pancake.
Okay.
And let's see, I don't think this is going to work as well. There we go. So
okay,
you're an arm. There's a pancake, and you flip it.
And right.
And you try and flip. Oh, I got 5, and that's it.
So for our audio-only listeners, you tap the screen and it flips the pancake up in the air, and you have to just keep it flipping as often as you can without losing it in the pan, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Interesting.
And it resets quick, and it's free on iOS.
All right, that actually does seem like the next Flappy Bird, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now in more it's kind of semi-serious note, I've been playing some Far Cry 4. It's fine. I'm not really intrigued by the story, and the cutscenes are not skippable.
Oh, so that's always bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like the reviews for that have been it's everything Far Cry 3 was, but doesn't necessarily innovate very much on top of it.
Like, it's a perfectly good Far Cry game. If you want to hunt stuff and shoot dudes and sneak up on things, this is the game for you.
Right.
But if you want deep, involved story, get Dreeps. What have you been playing, Chase?
I've been doing a few. I've been dabbling in a few. I finished Jamestown the other day, which was I've never done a bullet hell ever, and I think it was a good intro into bullet hells. And my gosh, like the aneurysms I got in that game. Which if you never don't know what a bullet hell is pretty much like picture you're just like this little plane, and then you turn on the shower. Like take your finger and turn on the shower, and then just try to not touch the water. That's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
the term
difficult.
Is shmup, I think.
Shmup. Oh, shoot 'em up.
I don't know. It stands for something else as well. I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
It could be, but it was a lot of fun. Like it's very cheap. Like it was on sale the other day. Actually, no, it wasn't on sale. I was thinking of a different game, but I played that. And it was a lot of fun. They have a full farce mode, which they have like a story, but then like a joking side to it. So I want to try that out. But it's a game that it makes you complete it. So it's like, okay, you can't do all 3 levels on normal, and then attempt to beat the game on that. No, you have to now beat 3 levels on normal, and then to get to the 4th one, you have to beat all of them on hard, and then you have to, and so on. And so it's a lot of fun. It makes you complete it a lot more. So it's great for completionists and stuff. Mm-hmm. But overall, I thought it was beautiful, and I thought it was the enemies are really unique, and the story is actually not that bad considering it's 5 levels of a game.
And what is it? It's like the story of the founding of North American colonies on Mars, or something weird,
weird like that, like the story of Roanoke and stuff, and all that. I believe.
Spoiler: they all disappear. We never find them.
Yeah.
Except they're on Mars.
Dun, dun, dun. I also been playing a lot of Payday. Overkill just released. They had this huge hype train event where if you bought their new DLCs, it would go towards quote hype fuel, and it whenever you reach a certain destination, this will be unlocked and it'd all be for free. And so they had this massive experience bonus. So I've been trying to go through that. They increased their infamy system where, you go to 100, you can reset, and you just keep leveling up again, but you get increased experience, blah, 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 like every other, multiplayer shooter's doing that. But it's the fact that they've been they released 2 new levels at 2 different times. They're both very unique and very cool. A buttload of weapon mods. They just released a whole bunch of stuff in 1 week, and it was really cool. And granted, they all have been probably working on it for extended periods of time. But
do you think it's a reaction to Hardline?
I know that they did some stuff with Donation with Hardline, where Jacket is actually a playable character in Payday 2. Where if you get the deluxe special edition of Hotline Miami 2, you get to play as Jacket, and it's really cool because Jacket doesn't talk. So he communicates through tapes. And so whenever you hear a guard, you just hear, security guard, guard over here. And so that's all really cool. Yeah.
That's funny.
And they released another, a Scottish woman named Bonnie. They just released so much crap in such not crap, but actually it's really good. They released so much stuff in such a small period of time. And, I want to give them props on that because they released DLC early. They released all this, and they just, they put forth the effort, and so it's really good to see a small company do all that stuff for us.
I like it when companies do community-driven hype and content, like Warframe, whatever company made Warframe did similar things where people played the game enough. I guess in your case, is people purchase enough stuff. But in Warframe's case, if you played the game enough and killed enough bad guys in this area and did these missions, you would unlock some kind of special server-wide event that everyone could take part in for free. So it's rewarding gameplay and enjoying the game with more game for free. So that's nice if you get the community involved in unlocking these additional features.
Yeah, I definitely want to get back into Warframe. I haven't done that in a while. We used to get so big into that. It was. I mean, it probably still is, but what were you saying?
That reminds me of back when in WoW, back in old timer like me, when the gates of AQ were opened up. Yeah.
Right.
And you had to get all that cloth and silk and
work together as a group, as a community to unlock the next big thing. Yeah, it's a fun mechanic to increase interest.
Yeah. By the way, Murph, did you beat Transistor yet?
No, I'm bad. I'm a bad person.
I was excited because I talked with Greg Kasavin and I beat Transistor, and by the way, watch the Kasavin interview. It's really cool. And I just saw if Murph, I need Murph to talk about it and play it and beat it, so I can actually talk with him more about it, because literally everything else I say is a spoiler.
Okay,
you got
in between Bloodborne.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I know Bloodborne's out.
Bloodborne's out now. You've lost him for a month.
At least a month.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This game is going to be hard.
Oh. Watch Murph beat it in a week. You're just going to dedicate. I know. Every week we always talk a little backstage stuff. We always talk hey, let's set up for this time. Murph was pissed that we had to do a show because I want to play Bloodborne. It's we have a show every Tuesday. It's but Bloodborne.
But it comes out today.
He could be Bloodborning right now.
I could be Bloodborning right now.
I got very lucky. This is somewhat related. On Saturday, my girlfriend's hey, let's go to the beach. I'm that's when the new Payday level comes out, and I want to beat it. And it's do I want to be, the good one and be yeah, let's go to the beach? Or do I want to be the bad one and be no, video games? And so I said, yay, let's go to the beach. And then it ended up getting canceled. I was yes, I can do the level. And then she's let's just go swimming in a pool. It's gotta be good.
Yeah, I know.
I know. It sucks. I'm not used to that, relationship thing.
Prioritizing the ladies.
Look, my wife got to do this with Dragon Age Inquisition, and I get to do it with Bloodborne.
Yeah.
This is the basis of our relationship.
Oh, there you go. See, compromise.
Yeah. Well, the thing with me now is I'm trying to get her into video games. The only things that she played, I think, was a little Super Smash Brothers, and that was it. And so now it's what do we do? And so I'm trying Peggle because I feel it's very simple, and it's hey, we can kind of do this together. But it's PC, I have nothing. That and Nidhogg. And Nidhogg's a pain in the butt to do 2-player local. And I'm trying to think of all the stuff that we talked about in the previous conversation, a few episodes ago. It's what's good couple co-op?
I just play with, I don't know, it's weird.
It's
hard getting, it's...
Get a Wii U. You'll have all the couch co-op games you'll want.
That's true. I could just get a Wii U.
Kind of is. Kind of is a system for that.
Yeah. I mean, we do board games. We did Jenga.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, we tried.
All
right. Anyways, let's actually get to some news, because stuff happened, I think. Nintendo came out and they said, hey, we're actually going to make mobile games that aren't for the 3DS/2DS. And they're not only going to be mobile games, they're going to be, quote, free to start. Not free to play, free to start, because, I don't know, they just said, hey, we want to do free to start.
I'm not sure that was confirmed that all of their games would be exclusively freemium.
Not freemium, but why did they use that term? That's so much easier and catchy. But they said they're going to be free to start, and if you like it, you can buy it and pay for the rest of it. It's essentially free to play, but it's not free to play. And if that didn't make your head hurt like it did mine, you might understand this concept a little bit more. But I think most importantly, guys, what do you think of Nintendo actually branching out and making mobile games? We'll start off with bless you, Clegg, but we'll go to Murph.
Thank you.
Oh, so I'm excited. I like this. Nintendo can really take unusual hardware and do good, interesting things with it. And I think that the phone is probably one of the more interesting things or pieces of like gaming hardware out there in terms of there's an accelerometer, there's a phone, there's temperature games, there's GPS, there's front-facing phone, there's a lot of like sensors and stuff packed into this. Throw it around. So I think Nintendo's going to be able to, if they actually put their creative minds to it, I think this is going to be a really good thing for just Nintendo and games in general.
Clegg.
I feel like this is the first, I guess, major step to bringing Nintendo into the 21st century. They are so far behind when it comes to digital distribution and their eShop, with their UI, with their networking platform. That they have no real working friends list, no real working online multiplayer in the same way that you have Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network or Steam. All these major gaming platforms, Nintendo doesn't have an equivalent where you can log on any of your Nintendo devices with a unified Nintendo ID and play games cross-platform or have some kind of overall identity as a Nintendo user. And the company they're partnering with, DNA, to both make these mobile games you're talking about and create this network. That's what DNA does. They have in Japan, I think it is, or China. I think it's in Japan. They specialize in making these sorts of networks. So they're partnering with Nintendo to sort of bring them up to speed, because Nintendo has not been good at this the past 10 years. They're so far behind.
Yeah.
I would say, and I unfortunately, I think this is kind of more because Nintendo's very much a Japanese company, and quite frankly, not to stereotype, but they play stuff differently over there. Like the big reason why the Kinect failed in Japan, or even Xbox did, is because people just have smaller living spaces right there. They kind of want, like, there's not a whatever, how big is it, like a 10 by 10 area necessarily where you can set up your Kinect.
Yeah, I think something like that.
People really, they live in sort of denser cities, so the street pass works because you're constantly just passing people who have a DS. Like here, like maybe like if once a month you might pass someone just on by weird coincidence, but
right. But I feel like this sort of abrupt change they're making isn't targeted necessarily at their Japanese market, because they have a very strong, I won't say hold, because Sony is there as well. They have a very strong representation locally. It's their international market that is just not good compared to the Xbox and the PlayStation network. So they need to begin to alter their path to be more, what's the word I'm looking for, to be more desirable to the Americas and the European markets. And that means altering to things that we're used to seeing, like a unified identity. You have your Xbox identity, you have your PlayStation identity. There's no real Nintendo equivalent.
I think another thing is that you see Nintendo has pretty much dominated the mobile gaming market for years, I might as well say decades. And
with their Game Boy, with their
Game
DS
Boy, Game Boy Advance, and then of course the 3DS is just dominating, on all platforms, and the Vita isn't what we expected it to be. And it's now seeing them not only take over that market, but now they're just like they're moving over to like the mobile market, like the actual cell phones itself. I think you're going to see a lot more like higher quality of games, and like I don't know, it kind of like it might change like this device. Like I play the games when I poop, which is a lot because I have IBS. But on a less personal note, it helps evolve that gamer from, okay, I'm just gonna play this, like in the pooper, and it evolves them to, hey, I'm gonna play this more often. I'm gonna actually have like a game that I'm addicted to now.
Right.
That's not rage inducing like Flappy Bird.
Right. Like I kind of hope that Nintendo ups the quality or just causes people to up their mobile game. because like the pancake game, like I didn't pay anything for it, and it's the game loop is like 3 seconds. There's maybe like two art assets, no, three pieces of art. The physics, like, it wouldn't have been possible for me to program that in an afternoon.
You're going to get very little gameplay out of that.
Right. I mean, it's fun. Like, I can break it out at parties and be like, "Hey guys, let's flip the pancake." But that's not like it's not going to be a Mario or it's no Super Metroid, which is an enduring classic that people speed run even today.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about their strategy as far as mobile? Because I seriously doubt they intend to drop the 3DS line. They just released a new one. It is the mobile gaming platform right now. If you're not counting phones, right? It's the biggest dedicated hardware from a game manufacturer.
Yeah.
So if you have your Marios and your Metroid games and all of your core games available on the DS, what kind of games do you think they're going to be putting out on your phone? I think it's going to be introductory games to get you familiar with the characters. Like if they have some kind of match 3 game that's themed on Metroid and Samus, it gets you involved in that storyline and the characters involved, and then they have a sister game that comes out in the 3DS, so there's a connection there.
Yeah,
I promote you to go with their hardware.
Or not only
hope
that,
that's not true.
not only that, like you could also have a game like the only thing I love about the 3DS is you have a lot more like unique IPs. Like you might see like a game like Codename Steam or something be on there, or like a lesser version of it. Like you could see lesser IPs. I mean, we're not going to expect like a Mario or a Zelda to be on the iPhone anytime soon.
Right.
I disagree. I think the hardware is already there on that in terms of hardware, and I think finish your point because I'm going to go in a completely different direction.
I was just going to say like you're probably going to see maybe more like lesser named IPs or more unique IPs. I think like maybe like the highest you'll see like coming out maybe is like a Phoenix Wright game or something to be like, hey, if you don't have a 3DS, here's Phoenix Wright. Here's something introductory to it. But like
Phoenix Wright is out on iOS actually.
It is.
Yeah,
I want to try it because it looks so cool. But
I don't think not every Phoenix Wright, but I believe it's on several.
Okay,
or some of them are.
All right, Murph, your point.
So actually, I kind of hope that they don't go the match 3. I hope they put out like full IP games and it's cross-buy, or maybe not cross-buy, but cross-release or whatever. And here's why. Like, I don't want to brand Nintendo as the kiddie brand, but if I'm going to buy someone under, say, 10 a mobile device, it's going to be a Nintendo DS.
The DS or 3DS,
Yeah.
Yep.
And, like, kids are a big part of their market, and kids don't necessarily have cell phones now. And I know people are like, oh, kids and their cell phones and their Snapchats. I mean, most kids don't have mobile phones. So I think you're cannibalizing your market a little bit, but I don't think you're cannibalizing it a lot.
I think it's expected that anyone over the age of 14 has a cell phone nowadays.
Maybe over 14, but then you're still leaving a lot of money on the table.
What kid has
6
Snapchat,
to
though?
13. Huh?
What kid has Snapchat?
More than you think, Jace. More than you think.
All the kids are Snapchatting.
I feel like we're not going to see the next core 2D Zelda title released on a phone. I think we're going to get a bunch of Zelda-themed games that increase the hype for that franchise, and then we're going to get a major release on the DS, because that will drive interest and it will drive the fans to just be more aware of that character and that world, and then they'll want the new shiny, which just happens to be on Nintendo hardware as an exclusive. I don't want that as a consumer. I'd love to play the next Zelda game on my iPhone, but I don't think they're going to do that, because if all of their big titles are on phones, what's the point of the 3DS now?
Yeah.
There isn't one. There are so many more iPhones out there than 3DSs.
Yeah. I think what might be like I saw this the other day and it was really cool, and I think like you could evolve into that. I went to the movie theater. I went to watch Kingsman. I'll talk about it in a second.
That's a good movie.
It is. It really is.
I keep hearing that.
And Google had a thing, like a little deal with Insurgent, where if you download this app and you put together, it's literally like this cardboard box with 2 pieces of glass in it, and you slip your phone like in the middle, and you download this
Google
app.
Cardboard.
Yeah, it's Google Cardboard, and you put it on your face, and you get immersed into this world. And like I saw Kate Winslet, like she's talking to me, and I'm like, "Why didn't you make room for Leonardo DiCaprio?" And she didn't answer that question, of course, because she was recording. But it's a Titanic joke. It's a bad one, but it's still a joke. But it's
Okay.
It's the fact that like I'm literally like immersed in this world. I literally can like look around and see, like this is an actual room. Like I'm moving 360. Like it's an Oculus Rift, like a very cheap Oculus Rift, but it's still something like that. And so maybe you could see something with Nintendo utilizing that, not with like Google Cardboard, but like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a fancy name that Nintendo would give it. Nintendo Cardboard.
Are you saying you think the new console they announced, the NX, has some sort of 3D VR capabilities?
It could have that.
That would be interesting.
I mean, I think the mobile game could be that, but yeah, it could be what?
It could be a phone.
It could be, but
I mean that sounds like doesn't
like that.
The NX kind of sounds like a phone, doesn't it?
It does. It also kind of sounds like the weird, out of the blue misstep Nintendo would make. It doesn't make sense for them to make a phone, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, like we all know that the N-Gage failed. Like we tried gaming with phones, N-Gage failed horribly. And if we're gonna go off code names, I mean, Dolphin.
Yeah, but Nintendo says that they're going into like the health monitoring business, which isn't that just what Apple's doing with their iPhone and iWatch combo?
Yes.
So,
but don't they have Wii Fit for that
technology? Yeah, but that's a game you play.
Yeah, I bet it's some kind of phone wearable. It's Nintendo's weird take on a phone. So it's like it's thing that goes over one eye and like a neck, and a necklace and like a sandal, a single flip flop you wear.
Yeah, it's a Triforce that you wear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
or a wristband or a belt buckle or something. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'd wear that.
Yeah, I would too. I'd get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a interesting move for Nintendo. It's a good move in my opinion. I'm just there are a lot of questions as to what they're going to be doing and how they're going to align all their software, in order to not cannibalize their 3DS line as much as possible, right? Because if every game comes out for 3DS and iOS and Android and all that jazz, your 3DS very quickly becomes unnecessary.
It becomes a paperweight.
It becomes redundant, exactly, because there are more phones out there than there are 3DSs. Unless
they're just trying to get out of hardware in the entirety. So this is just a step away from that. So just as a gradual transition.
It is. You're right. Unless their long-term plan is slowly fade out the 3DS. It's interesting that they would have to then at least consider dropping console as well.
Yeah. I don't think. I think consoles are kind of, the writing's kind of on the wall. I don't think consoles are long for this world. I think maybe one more generation,
and then it's all,
and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I want to say PC Master Race, I don't know about the consoles part. I mean, you could possibly see, I don't know, granted, it's so far ahead right now. I mean, we just had the new generation come out, so we can't say anything yet.
But with the
new generation is already kind of chugging along on games. It's not
right
like this hardy machine. Like a high-end gaming PC already is way beyond the other ones.
Mm-hmm. And the Xbox One is slowly moving closer to cross-play and universal OS with Windows. Eventually, it is going to be a Windows box. At which point, it's a Steam console, and there is no difference there. And eventually, you just fade out the brand. That's a very real possibility. They will have an Xbox One that is a PC, but it retains the Xbox name.
Pretty soon.
Y or something,
Yeah.
But it's essentially a PC, and there's nothing different in the
the Xbox upgradable or something. Make it a marketing thing.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? It's a weird move though, because the Wii U has done so poorly in comparison to the 3DS. You would think if they were going to drop one of their hardware lines, it would be the console, not the mobile.
Well,
Strictly
right,
from
but
a numbers perspective.
I mean, just dropping the console is easy. You just don't make another one.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
what Sega did, also because they got
Yeah.
bankrupt.
You would think if that was their eventual plan, like we're thinking it is with 3DS, they would then be announcing we're going to consider developing our software titles for simultaneous release on the PlayStation and Xbox platforms.
Yeah, I don't know.
They haven't done.
It's weird to think of Nintendo as a company that won't make consoles anymore.
You're right.
I
It's very
feel like
weird.
it's it's something that they're
Sega did
still
it.
going to keep doing because they want to create the family-friendly local multiplayer atmosphere.
It's true, but Sony's done. Sega did that. You know, they dropped their consoles.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time, so it's not unprecedented. It would be weird, though. I agree.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
kind of don't want it to happen.
Like, yeah, I'm no business guy, and I don't have any like special insight or anything. But who knows? Maybe
Nintendo
maybe the Nintendo NX is the burly monster that outpowers Xbox and PlayStation 4. Even if you duct tape them together and throw like 5 GameCubes on top of each other.
I mean, it
My
could be,
mind
but
hurt.
Then how do you price that? And then it's not family.
I don't know.
friendly,
It's
because
a
the price tag
million
makes
billion
sense.
dollars.
Then the price tag doesn't make sense from a family perspective, which is what Nintendo's
Right.
all about. I
It's
don't
the only thing that plays Metal Gear Solid 12 or something.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um,
Nintendo's weird right now.
yeah. Moving along to just some off-topic, random crap. Kingsman was amazing.
Mhm.
Murph, watch that. Like that was literally a
I-
movie that like I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Mhm.
I keep hearing from people on my other podcasts that it's really good. Like
It
I'm
is.
Fight scenes
in
are
dumb.
really well choreographed. The characters are likable. This really cool training montage.
Yeah.
The
British.
The ending's weird. It's British. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Okay.
Samuel L.
I'm in.
Jackson's in it because he's in everything.
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
pretty good. I like him in that movie.
I like him too. You guys
Good
just
movie.
talk so strange.
hmm
Ah, God,
That was
just-
good.
Mm,
Um,
I'm.
yeah. My friend was
Yeah.
brought this up, and I watched one episode of this, and it pissed me off because it ruined my childhood. Have you guys watched Power
Okay.
Rangers recently? Like the old, like the first episode.
No, not really.
I
I'm
can't
not
even
sure.
hear you, Clegg.
Oh.
I think
Can you hear
you.
me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not watched Power Rangers in quite some time.
Oh, no.
I did see.
Wow.
Are you going towards that one reboot recently emerged?
No, I mean, well, I know that they're planning on making a movie, but it's like the fact that I watched like the first season, and my gosh, it is awful. It's like my childhood, it's ruined.
Well, you know, it's not the first season is just the cuts from another
Yeah,
TV show.
I didn't know that, and so it's like, it's literally like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna take these American actors, but we're still gonna use these
Costume
yeah,
people.
because like my friend Ryan brought this up, and it's like I didn't realize it. The Black Ranger, Zach was born without a middle finger. The Black Ranger, fighting has a middle finger. Trini was apparently originally a guy in the Japanese version, and so you see
That yellow?
the Yellow Ranger, have a little bit of something down there, and it's like, so
At the time, I didn't realize
Can't go home
that,
again.
that it was
Yep.
cuts from a Japanese series as well. And I always wondered why the hand motions never aligned with the voices when they were pointing at something, and they were way too, their emotes were just didn't
Yeah.
make sense with the voices. I mean, 10 years later, I realized, oh, it's a dub.
yeah,
But
shattered my
Yeah.
world.
So, if you want to see something really great in that vein,
mhm.
You guys like Ninja Turtles, right?
Yes, not the most recent movie, but yes.
No, like the old animated series,
hmm
Yeah.
And
So
the
you like-
old live action movies.
right? So you like clearly you like Power Rangers.
hmm
Did you know there was a kind of a Japanese only release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they kind of become Power Rangers,
Was there
it's
was there a fifth turtle? Because I watched the series where there was a fifth turtle.
no. So like for some reason this fairy comes down and like gives the Ninja Turtles like power. Their Super Saiyan power armor.
Super
And
Saiyan turtles. Okay.
But then they transform into like the Saint of Turtles.
Okay.
And then meanwhile a Dark Fairy gives Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder like the same kind of armor.
Uh-huh.
If you there's a I guess a group of guys called Chip and Ironicus, and they have a series where they kind of do an MST3K over like bad anime, bad old cartoons, and you can watch it. I would say watch it with their commentary because they're funny. But yeah, it's like Ninja Turtles except they also have Power Rangers armor.
I mean, sure, why not? That's okay. I'm reading the comic book from I think it's from Dark Horse right now, and it has some weird supernatural shit like that.
Gotta make
it's a much different show or thing.
Way to go, Clay. Make me out do work for editing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, way to go.
Man, I was doing good.
You were doing
far.
good too. I don't think you haven't done anything, Murph. At least I don't think I have. You have.
No.
Yeah. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, PlayStation had a flash sale earlier where everything, like certain games were $1, and they had Mega Man X4 and X5 on there, and it's like, yes! And so like I immediately bought it, but I was really pissed off to find out I have to have like a minimum of $5 in the fund, or to add into the fund. So it's like, well, I spent $5. At least I have 3 left over, but still, X4 and X5, I'm so excited.
Yeah, those are good games. I'm a big fan of the Mega Man X series.
Yeah, me too.
Just in general.
Duff
McWhalen.
Like what is it? I believe it's X5. No, it's X6. I believe that does all the Guns N' Roses references.
So dumb.
It is.
Why would you even do that?
I don't know. It's like,
hey, you know what teens like?
Guns N' Roses. Bob, this is actually 2004. I don't know. Guns N' Roses. What was the last CD you've heard? I feel like it was like one of those guys that actually like discovered Appetite for Destruction or something like very, very, very late. They reference. I remember someone says like, "Oh, they want to reference it to somebody because his favorite band was Guns N' Roses," and it's like,
who knows?
What? Like, I get that it's all about, it's like Mega Man's based off of like music and such because of Rockman and Roll, and then Rush. I'm assuming because of the band, but it's like that's a stretch. Like, why Guns N' Roses and not like anybody else?
Why not anything?
I know some people were saying it's like, oh, why are you hating on them? It's like, I feel like they're like good, but it's like of all the bands, I would say it's great. I wouldn't put them.
It's because the developer was a fan.
I guess it seems so on the nose.
Then I'm gonna make a game, and I'm gonna reference 30 Seconds to Mars and Finger 11 all over it.
Well, as the developer, you're allowed to do that. People might not agree with you, but there you go. That's
they can deal with it.
They don't have to buy it.
Yes.
The difference is everyone bought Mega Man.
Yeah. By the way, we actually have questions now. Like, people asked us questions on Twitter and some of the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter at @ChaseBunker or _game_show.
Awesome.
We need a theme song. So.
Yeah. I should get like a little jingle for it.
Letters. Come on, let's rap.
No, I stopped the rap game a long time ago. Okay. It knows why. First one comes from Kelly. Why are you guys hating on Jurassic Park 2? That was a good movie. Murph, you want to take this one?
Kelly, you see, when life will find a... No, it's not a good movie. What's wrong with you? I'm almost stunned into non-response. Like, Jurassic Park 1 holds up. We saw that in the theater when it re-released in 3D. Decent movie. Jurassic Park 2 is the one where they go to the island and then
because the kid got lost in the parachuting escapade with the other guy.
I'm pretty sure that's the
I
third
literally
one.
I just said that Jurassic Park X is the one where they go to the island, didn't I?
I
Yeah.
thought you said 2.
Yeah, no, everyone is the one where they went to the island.
Well, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you were accurate though.
Right, that's very
They
true.
Went to the island.
It's not a good movie. Like, is it the one where the Tyrannosaurus? No, it's not the one where the Tyrannosauruses tip the trailer over the edge, right? That's 3.
I want to say
Or
that
that's
was 2.
okay. Yeah,
The second
problem
one is the
is-
one with the Tyrannosaurus drinking the pool.
Okay, that part is cool.
Oh, where they brought to New York? Yes. Okay, we remember the conversation we had a couple
Yeah,
weeks ago.
I think
Absolutely.
okay. The last part of Jurassic Park 2 is good. The front half, kind of boring.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it's been so long. Like, I remember one of the family friends was like, "Are you sure you're ready for it? Tyrannosaurus rips a guy apart at a porta potty." It's like, yeah, I might be ready for it.
You know what we could do to entertain and better answer this question? We could all watch it and record our responses and how ridiculous and we find the movie and exactly where we say this part right here is why this movie is dumb.
You know, I'm always up for a bad movie. So you know what? I'll try and find between this weekend, and between my Bloodborne-ing, I'll try and watch some Tyrannosaurus
All right.
Rex chomp it.
Is it on Netflix? Let me check.
I don't know. I was really disappointed to find
Probably
out a
not.
lot of Jason Statham movies weren't on Netflix anymore. Tried to go on a
I
Jason
mean, I have
Statham
the
marathon.
DVD. Like,
Look
it's
right
not like
now.
it's
Okay.
It's hard to...
Another one. Why does Chase have such a stiffy for Payday 2? Because it's so much fun.
Nope.
I really love it.
There's something to be said for just a good, tight multiplayer shooter.
Yeah. I really enjoy it, especially like with the company. And also I interviewed the composer, so they're nice people already. Finally, Chris asks, when are you and Murph going to have that debate about Gone Home? I feel like we
I
should
got
kind of
Bloodborne
like
to do.
I feel like we should like go full on like Pacquiao Mayweather and just like dodge it for like a very long time, and then I guess
Oh,
in the
yeah.
final episode, either in the final episode or my ultimate mashup episode, where I'm trying to get other podcasts onto the show, like Johnny Boy from Gamer Nation Radio, and maybe people from Player 3. We're still working on it because you get kidnapped by the government, and Clegg, he's Clegg. So I need backup plans, dang it. But
Oh, all right. Oh, yeah.
so
I kind of want to play it again before I really. It's been a while. It's probably been about a year since I've played it.
yeah.
So if we schedule a time, I will make time to talk about Gone Home.
I mean, it's not hard to
Uh,
schedule time for it. It's an hour long.
Yeah, but
It's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. I'm going to go beat the Stanley Parable real quick, and then we're going to come back.
I think really what the thing about the core of this debate is going to be why I like Dreeps and why Chase thinks it's a dumb idea.
Oh, my gosh. It's... Like, I think what upsets me more is, like, why have we not thought of this?
Oh, you just reminded me. I just finished downloading it.
Nice. Yeah, start that up. We need-
There we go.
I might as well call this episode The Podcast You Listen to While You Sleep, because that's what it practically is. Oh, my gosh. Anything else you guys want to bring up? Anything that's happened
It
the past
starts
2
with
weeks?
Arise, hero. I will tomorrow morning when my alarm goes off. It's a little on the nose there. I like it. Sorry, go ahead.
Anything you want to mention at all? Anything special has happened to you guys?
Play Bloodborne. It's going to be good.
I'm waiting for Bloodborne to suck, and you'd be like,
No, it's too late.
I prefer
I'm already
Destiny
dead.
over Bloodborne.
Oh, it's in my blood. The blood. It's in my bones.
Ew.
Oh, man, we just got dark on that one. All right. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today, whether you're watching us on YouTube or listening to us via either Stitcher, iTunes, Podcast Garden, TuneIn. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can follow us on Twitter at Chase Bunker. Can I not talk? Great. St. Patrick's is still kicking in. At Chase Bunker or that_game_show. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thatnewshowshow. Let's see, check out our other previous episodes. Also, I just interviewed Greg Kasavin the other day. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun because I felt like I was back, like I was on GameSpot, and like him and I were talking because we had like a nice debate about longevity versus value. So him and I had like a good debate on that. Also, he made Transistor and Bastion. Such good games. Oh my gosh.
They're good. the reason I haven't finished Transition is really just more to do with me than with Transistor.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, so definitely play them. Clay, get on that. All right, get on that train.
I haven't played either one of them.
I
so
know.
I don't know.
Get on that train. We're gonna make it a requirement soon.
Okay.
Other than that, make sure you check out other episodes that are gonna be highlighted where Murph and Clegg are at. What episode do you want to be, Murph? Pick a number 1 through 19.
17.
All right, you're episode 17. Clegg, what episode are you?
7? What?
Okay, cool.
7.
You're episode 7. All right, and I will be the interview guy. So watch my interview with Craig Kazavan. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we will talk to you guys next week
Bye-bye.
with a much more organized outro.